Hello listeners, welcome back to the Christian in Pagan Society, Episode 3. Two Case Histories. It will be profitable at this point to examine two case histories which illustrate the theme. They both reveal quite clearly the tension created in pagan society by the presence and witness of the Christian Church, and introduce the initiators of hostile action. The first document, like the chapter of Tacitus already quoted, is a study in mass psychology. It is Christianity and History, from the pen of no mean historian, the physician Luke, in Acts, chapter 19:23f. Now, just at that time, there arose no small commotion about the way, for there was a certain Demetrius, a silversmith, who made miniature silver shrines of Artemis, a business which brought great profit to the craftsmen in his employ. He called his men together, and others who were engaged in similar trades, and said to them, "You men well know that our prosperity depends on this business of ours, and you see and hear that not in Ephesus only, but throughout almost the whole province of Asia, this fellow Paul has led away a vast number of people by asserting that these are not gods at all that are made by men's hands. There is danger, therefore, not only that this our trade will become of no account, but also that the temple of the great goddess Artemis will fall into utter disrepute." After listening to this harangue, they became furiously angry and began shouting, "Great is Artemis of Ephesus! Great is Artemis of Ephesus! Great is Artemis of Ephesus!" The riot and uproar spread through the city, till at last with one accord they rushed into the theatre, dragging with them Gaius and Aristarchus, who were fellow travellers with Paul. Then Paul would have liked to go in and address the people, but the disciples would not let him do so. The people, meanwhile, kept shouting, some one thing and some another, for the assembly was all uproar and confusion, and the greater part had no idea why they had come together. Acts 19:23-41. The scene, says Ramsay, is the most instructive picture of society in an Asian city which has come down to us. We are taken directly into the artisan life of Ephesus, and all is so characteristic, so true to common life, and so unlike what would occur to anyone writing at a distance that the conclusion is inevitable. We have here a picture drawn from nature. The howling crowd, touched by Luke with a phrase of classic sarcasm, verse 32, the assembly was in confusion. Some were shouting one thing, some another. Most of the people did not even know why they were there. The chanted invocation, the cool official with his clever speech, verses 35-41. The city clerk quieted the crowd and said, "Fellow Ephesians, doesn't all the world know that the city of Ephesus is the guardian of the temple of the great Artemis and of her image, which fell from heaven? Therefore, since these facts are undeniable, you ought to calm down and not do anything rash. You have brought these men here, though they have neither robbed temples nor blasphemed our goddess. If then Demetrius and his fellow craftsmen have a grievance against anybody, the courts are open and there are proconsuls. They can press charges. If there is anything further you want to bring up, it must be settled in a legal assembly. As it is, we are in danger of being charged with rioting because of what has happened here today. In that case, we would not be able to account for this commotion, since there is no reason for it." After he had said this, he dismissed the assembly. These and a dozen other details leave an abiding impression. The whole passage is historical writing at its best, Thucydidean in its brevity and irony. Moreover, as Ramsay continues, in the guildmaster's wicked speech, verses 25-27, are concentrated most of the feelings and motives which, from the beginning to the end, made the mob so hostile to the Christians in the great Oriental cities. We are witnessing, in fact, another phase of a developing conflict. Of the guilds, or collegia, here mentioned as the base of organized opposition to the church, we shall hear more. Thanks for listening. See you next week as we continue the Christian in Pagan Society.